Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about you cannot skip the steps. You cannot skip the steps. So, um, the Lord revealed to me the 9 stages God ordained believing spouses will go through before they see the manifestation of their marriage promise, right? Now, in the 9 stages, some of the 9 stages are, you're going to go through the plot against the chosen one, you're going to go through betrayal, the death stage, the burial stage, illegal seal stage, resurrection stage, et cetera, et cetera. I'm trying to remember all the stages, but when we talk about you cannot skip the step, you cannot skip the steps, okay? Meaning you cannot, skip doing the work. I got to talk about this because, for some of you, your God ordained prodigal spouse, is coming back, but when they come back, you're not seeing, what I outlined in the steps. You're not seeing it, right? Meaning, I give you an example. Um, the illegal seal stage, stage 7, that's around the time when, yes, whatever the enemy sent your way, whatever the enemy, like spells they put on you to try to cause you to appear differently to your spouse, that's going to wear off around, stage 7. But also stage 7 is really when God began to reveal to you your assignment, okay, the purpose, okay, that's attached to this God ordained marriage, okay. So when God began to reveal to you your calling, your assignment, the purpose that He want you to begin to step into, right? Understand and know if you haven't stepped into that, but yet your prodigal spouse comes back, that wasn't God sending them back, okay? That was you accepting them back and not fully understanding the stages, okay? Because again, when we talk about a God ordained marriage, it's more than marriage. God is bringing these marriages together for His specific purpose. Yes, one of His purpose is for the two of you to come together in marriage, but God has another purpose that He wants you and your husband or you and your wife to accomplish together on earth, and that's attached to your assignment. That's attached to your calling, your purpose. Okay, so again, if God has revealed to you or given you an idea that He wants you to start and step into, if you decide to tell yourself, "Well, I'm gonna wait until my spouse come back to start it," you're gonna be waiting for a very long time. Okay, you're gonna be waiting for a very long time. God wants you to step into that idea now. He wants you to start that ministry now. He wants you to start the business now. He wants you to write the book now. Do not wait until your spouse come back in order for you to start building what God is calling for you to build for His kingdom. Do it now. It's part of the process. It's a piece to this puzzle. Another thing I'll talk about when we talk about you cannot skip the steps. If your prodigal spouse reaches out to you, but yet they still got the counterfeit in the picture. Again, that wasn't the Lord sending your spouse back. That was you accepting your spouse back. Okay, because I talked about this in the videos I uploaded yesterday. When the promise is birthed, counterfeits are now being sent away. The counterfeits are going to be sent away. God would not release His spouse. He would not release your God ordained prodigal spouse back to you, knowing they still got counterfeits in their life, knowing that this counterfeit can break up what God is joining together. It don't make sense. Scriptures say, what God has joined together, let no man separate. What God has joined together, let no counterfeit separate. Let no pride separate it. Let no lust of the flesh separate it. Come on now. So we can't skip the steps. If your prodigal spouse comes back and they still dealing with a counterfeit, you send them back. And you tell them go continue to spend more time with your father because you're not ready yet. Okay. Understand you cannot skip the step. If just prodigal spouse comes back and they're not in purpose, they don't know their purpose, they don't know their calling, they still trying to figure it out. That's not God sending them back. And especially if that's a man, if your God ordained prodigal husband come back, reaches out to you, and if they don't have a job, if they still trying to figure out how they're gonna get money or make money or take care of themselves, If they don't know their purpose or calling, okay, God didn't send them back because God is raising up Adams. God is raising up God ordained Adams. He want Adams to be providers. Okay? God is giving you a husband who will be a provider. Okay? Who will know how to protect his family. He this is what God is doing in the husband. He's leading them back into God's presence. They're gonna develop a prayer life. He's going to lead them into discovering their purpose and calling, which is gonna, unlock their provision, their money, okay? Um, and they're gonna be protectives of you, okay? They're gonna be vulnerable with you. Okay, they're gonna recognize your value and see your value. So if your God ordained prodigal's husband come back and he's missing any of these things I just mentioned, that wasn't God sending him back. He came back on his own. He came back because he don't understand the process. He don't even know the process, right? So he just reached out. He just doing what what he always do. But because you know the process, you don't accept him back. Okay? It is up to you now to, you know, create that separation or that distance. It's up to you to put that distance between you and your spouse because you understand he or she is not ready yet. We cannot skip the steps in this process. You cannot allow yourself to get impatient to where now you are now unknowingly partnering with the enemy to destroy your own love story. No, God's not going to do everything for us. We got to get out of the habit of, blaming God for certain things. No, it's not that, but why would God send them back? No. You know what to look for. So once you begin to identify these things, once God show you that your spouse is lacking in character, once God reveal that counterfeit is still in the picture, it is now up to you to enforce your boundaries. It is now up to you to know what your standards are. It is now up to you to let your spouse know, okay, well, like this is what I'm expecting, right? It's up to you to do that part. We can't keep, trying to put all this on God. Nah. So understand you cannot skip the steps. Everyone is going to go through the 9 stages, okay? The God ordained believing spouses, have to go through. Your spouse, your prodigal spouse is going to go through these stages as well. We can't skip it. It's part of our process. It's part of, us receiving our gifts. It's part of, both of you coming to understanding your assignment. It's part of your elevation. It's part of your vindication. It's part of, your spouse's judgment. We can't skip the steps. We got to go through these steps, whether we like it or not. Okay? So I wanted to make this video just let everyone know you cannot skip the steps. It's certain things, you need to be looking for when your prodigal spouse reaches out to you. Do they have character? Are they keeping their word or are they lying to you? Do you see a level of vulnerability, okay, being displayed here? Are there any counterfeits still in the picture? Okay, you got to be looking for certain things. Do they know what their purpose is, their calling? Do they want, to be the husband, or are they telling you things such as, I don't want that position, you know, that's too much. You got to listen to what's coming out their mouth because that's going to tell you where they at. It's going to tell you where they at in life. It's going to tell you, their mentality. Are they critical of you? Do they see your value? Are they still confused about who you are to them? If so, you send them back. You don't entertain that. Okay? You cannot skip the steps. Understand that. So that is it. I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.